In the following screencast, we're looking at how to create a new user, connect some web services, create a sphere, and invite someone to the service. After that, we switch sides and look at the same from the perspective of an invited user. Let's start by going to sphares.com. On the landing page, we create a new user for Grace Hopper. Accept the terms of service, and send off everything. We receive a verification email that confirms our user creation and brings us back to Sphares. Once we've completed our registration, let's add some of Grace's services. First, we connect Google Drive. A dialog appears that asks us if we want to give Sphares access to our data. Next, we add another connector for Google Calendar. Again, we asked for access to Google's service. If we decline Sphares' request for access at this point, synchronization will of course not be possible. Services are done. Let us switch to the Sphares tab. Now we are going to create our first sphere. After we've set a new name, we can decide which services we would like to add to our sphere. To add a service, we just have to select it from the list on the left and drag it into the sphere in the middle. When adding Google Calendar, a dialog opens up and we can decide what particular item we would like to add. Same story when we add Google Drive. In this case, the dialog asks us what folder we would like to share. When we take a closer look at Google Drive, you will notice that it has the same structure we saw in the dialog before. Currently the folder we share is empty, so let's add some files. Returning to our previous view, we can activate our sphere. Next up is adding some contacts we would like to share and work with. After entering their email and name, we send off our invite. The new contact appears in the list on the right and can be added to the sphere. Time to switch roles. For the remainder of the webcast, we will be Alan Turin, the invited colleague to the previously created sphere. Alan received an email invite from Sphares. When we click on the link, we are forwarded to the service's website. We fill out our information, confirm our address, and accept the creation of the new user. Again, we add our service connectors. Alan is unlike Grace's Dropbox user, but also uses Google Calendar. Again, we are asked both times if we allow Sphares to access our data. As soon as both connectors are added, we're switching to the Sphares tab. At this point, we find the sphere Grace shared with us. Looking closer, we notice that a Google Drive folder and the Google Calendar have been shared with us. Next, we tell Sphare which ones of our connectors should be linked to Grace's shared services. We link our Dropbox to the shared Google Drive and our Google Calendar to Grace. Configuration is all set and done. Let us check Alan's Dropbox quick. As expected, we find the files Grace shared with us in the directory we linked in Sphares.